I am a New Mexican, and I believe that that's a strength because I value my culture and my community. I grew up in Albuquerque, and I tell people that I've been a teacher in New Mexico for 35 years. Starting in Albuquerque, I did my student teaching at Manzano High School. Then I went down to Belen. I worked there for 20 years. I worked as far north as Cochiti, and then I ended up in Cibola County, where I've worked for the past 5 years. I'm a level 3 teacher. I'm dual licensed. I'm very adamant about making sure students have access to culturally relevant curriculum. I think being from New Mexico, going to high school, elementary school, I went to private and public schools, I went to the University of New Mexico, I'm local. I believe that that is a strength and an asset, and we need to continue to nurture our homegrown citizens of our state to come into the school system and work hard to make sure our students achieve the academic success that will help them continue in life and to have a career or to go to college. Okay, so I'm going to set up the display. So being from New Mexico, culture is our lifeline. You know, our Hispanic culture, our Native American culture, our cowboy culture. It's very important that we keep arts, music, performing arts in the public schools, traditional and contemporary. Culture and creativity should be celebrated. And the public schools in New Mexico have so many talented, creative students. This year, New Mexico adopted the visual music, performing arts core standards, and that will bring us in line with the national standards. And I think it's really important that our students have the chance to excel in the arts, because the arts do it all. You can integrate ELA, you can integrate math, you can integrate history and social studies through project-based learning, and students really thrive in that kind of environment. In January, in Santa Fe, there was a celebration of the arts when the standards were adopted, and from this point on, students will be able to create and perform along the same alignment as other states, and that's really important, and I feel that that will be an asset to our programs. People fail to realize that I think it's 1 in 10 jobs are arts related in our state, and the economy, especially in Cibola County with our Native American cultures, our Hispanic cultures, when we have a downturn in economics, our cultures and our artistic skills can keep the economy alive. In the Native American culture, I don't believe that there's a word for art because it's such a daily, ongoing lifestyle. The students in my classes, they celebrate their culture. We've been doing watercolors and collage to celebrate the upcoming Gathering of Nations activity. Here's another example of bringing our local cultural ideas into a discussion. I believe displaying their artwork, showing it in the community and art galleries is another way to celebrate. We can celebrate online. This sample is a celebration of, at the beginning of school, so many teachers were upset that the children were bringing their fidget spinners. So I was like, well, that keeps them busy. So we decided to see how fidget spinners work. And so we designed these fidget spinners out of old pizza circles, but we wanted to make sure that they stayed in line with our Native American design and teachings. And the children really enjoyed learning how the circular pattern worked and the physics of it actually too, which is another great project-based learning activity. We were thrilled to learn that a female actually invented the fidget spinners, so we also do our research, and that should be celebrated. The enthusiasm and the excitement children experience when they're in the art class. Now I'd like to share with you some of these little notes I get. Typically it says, "I love art so much. I like to make stuff." This is from a second grader. And this one was a recent one. "Dear Mrs. Woodward, I am so glad you're my art teacher because you let me do all the stuff. I like to draw very much." And then this is me, and this is little Miss Marissa Saavedra. So these experiences should be celebrated and displayed and shared like we're doing today, because when the classroom experience reaches the children's heart, that's when you know you've made a real difference.